remember we say that some mental conditions can come about when a mother is stressed, especially in the first trimester of the pregnancy.
Yeah.
That is to tell you, even in the womb, the baby is alive. You know, we just need to be aware that our mood can affect the baby.
Yeah.
So whatever the baby was doing, she's the one who can tell us.
Parenting is daringly tricky. I have on many occasions wondered, is this how I'm going to occupy my life? You know. I discovered that God gave me wonderful angels who are powerful sinners.
Hello there and good morning. My name is Frida Wasonga and I am so happy to host this parenting conversation today. I am here with a very, very amazing couple. But before they introduce themselves, I would like to thank you so much for watching these parenting conversations that I host every Tuesday morning, sharing them with your networks, and also commenting on the comment section with your takeaways. It is very, very helpful to me when you tell me what you've learned, when you also comment with your takeaway, and when you also recommend other topics to be covered in these parenting conversations. So I really appreciate your input. I would also like to say that I'm shooting this video at Grace Hill Mission Church. It's a church in Kikuyu, Thogoto, Kiambu County, and here we believe that God writes beautiful stories. So if you're around the environs of Kikuyu, you're welcome to come and fellowship in this church. Allow me this morning, therefore, to invite our guests today, and they will introduce themselves. Karibuni sana to the show, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do.
My name is Grace Wanjiro. Born again. I love the Lord. I am married to Robert Namakwa, who is a pastor in Grace Hill Mission Church. I also am a pastor here, and we've been married for 14
years, 9 months, and 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're the one who has the dates.
I carry the date.
Very unique, very unique, extremely unique in your family.
What he needed to say is that we got married on the 1st of January, so you just need to remember the date.
Oh, it's so easy. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. When you want to confuse people, you just show how complicated you are, but it's very simple.
Yeah,
For sure.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have 3 children. 12 years, actually turning 13 in January. That's our firstborn girl. Then the secondborn is turning 10 years in January again.
Oh.
And then our thirdborn is turning 8 years in February.
Wow.
Next year, God willing.
Karibu tu akwe wa January.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yeah. 6th of January, 25th of January, then 21st of Feb.
Yeah.
And we finish with the birthdays of the kids by February.
Yeah. Wow.
And
is
wait
that
for
planning?
August.
and wait for August now for your own birthday.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Wow.
Yeah, my name is Robert Namakwa, a pastor, and I think my wife already said a number of things about me, and we are just so delighted to be here. We hope that our sharing will be meaningful and a blessing to you. Thank you.
Okay, karibuni, and thank you for accepting to share your parenting story.
Thank you.
So you call yourselves the Namakwas.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So take us back then to when you got married. Let's go there. Are they 14 years ago?
Yeah, sure.
The period between wedding and baby one. How was that period?
For me, I think it's good to also speak for me.
Yeah.
Of course, I newly married, and all I had was premarital counseling knowledge.
Yeah.
Ready to apply.
Yeah.
And the many examples I had seen, both good and bad, about marriage, and so anticipating a good life and trusting the Lord. Yes, so we got our firstborn in 2013.
Yeah.
and we got married in 2011. So that tells you there is a lapse of 2 years hapo.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, lots of time for missions,
Yeah.
hosting, and just doing life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when we were expecting our firstborn, of course, things changed on my end. The changes in pregnancy, and having to adjust to the fact that I'm becoming a mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't begin parenting when the baby is born. You actually are a parent, even in that pregnancy, because you are expecting a baby already. And so, yeah, that was it. So looking for information, talking to older women, reading books, trusting the Lord and praying and anticipating good things about parenting.
Yeah.
That was my first 2 years.
Yeah.
And of course it is shared in some of the aspects, but some are individual because the experiences,
Yeah. Sarah, how was that period for you?
I think the experience for a man is very different. One, when we got married, I knew that's a phase that we have closed. Wedding over.
Yeah. Singlehood?
Watoto wakuje.
Oh, yeah.
It was time now to look forward.
Yeah.
But then it would take a while before we really got into the frame of mind to actually take up that challenge and conceive. And so when our daughter was conceived, we were more than happy. For me, I think because I wasn't the one carrying the pregnancy, my concerns were, is it a boy, is it a girl, you know? And the many stories we had heard about women and when they are pregnant, the metallic test in the mouth, I was wondering, how does a metallic test feel like? So I kept wondering, and it was quite a dramatic season, and I was almost too convinced that it would be a boy because I was very selfish. I wanted to have a boy for our firstborn. And yet we moved on in the journey, and I realized that the first 3 months were quite dramatic. I actually concluded that women are very complicated. I was no longer sure how to relate with my wife, what to do, what not to do. I never even told her these things. I just kept observing, and I'm like, oh God.
You're very complicated.
Yeah, and the pregnancy kept coming, and the bigger she grew, the more mesmerized I was. You know, I kept thinking, oh, this girl is ballooning, you know. And finally, I remember when now, you know, there is something called a craving. I only heard about it, but at least now I was able to observe it firsthand.
What was she craving for?
Patco. You know Patco? Patco.
The white sweets.
Yes, those big, very soft white you put and just unamumunya. You know that.
Unga.
It was very interesting. I remember one day I realized she would be like, can you get me a Patco? And I would buy 2, 3. She would finish. Then after buying a number of times, I said, Robert, be wise. Why not buy a packet and put it there?
Bad idea.
So she will take like, you got it. She would take 5 today, tomorrow she would take, you don't have to keep going. People wonder, what are you eating?
Why particle?
So I bought a packet and brought, by close of day it was finished.
What?
And I was like, God, what are you carrying? You know. Day 2, I bring another packet. I assumed maybe she needed a lot of energy yesterday. So day 2, I buy another one.
For the whole week, it's done
gone.
in a day.
After that, I now had actually put myself in the crisis of buying a packet every single day. And she was taking, and that kept reinforcing, it can only be a boy who needs a lot of that kind of energy. lo and behold, our firstborn came,
Yeah.
and it was...
It was a girl.
Yeah, it was a girl.
yeah.
The other drama, I think, which I experienced was actually to see, we had been together. Now, basically, the journey, it was about 1 year, 3 months before we conceived.
Yeah.
And so to begin seeing those changes, and then that there are nights, I sleep with all my heart. Then comes this occasion when this girl just wakes up in the middle of the night. She can't sleep.
Yeah.
What's the problem? She's looking for a position. I'm wondering, Siula Levy, let the kid sleep facing this way or whatever happens.
Yeah.
And it was dramatic. And the final thing I want to observe was the fact that my wife was home in our beginning years of marriage. But I used to go to office as a minister in church. And something happened that I keep remembering a lot, that I would be coming from church, coming home in the evening. Before I even called, I did not need to actually, because before I called at the gate for her to open, I would find her there. She would open the gate and I'm like, how did you know I'm here?
Yeah.
She's like, the baby informed me.
Wow.
Now I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Until the day she told me, there is a day I came, assuming now the baby has already given the signal. They are waiting for me at the gate. And at the gate, she was not there. She said, the baby did not alert me because when you left in the morning, we were not in agreement. We had some issues, conflict.
Yeah.
And so the baby sided
baby
with the
was
mother,
sad.
Yeah. So all those things for me were a huge kind of impact. I was wondering, what is this?
Wow.
How do I even interpret this woman?
Yeah.
The baby is telling her things about, about me.
Yeah.
But I can only sum it up, of course, plus the subsequent pregnancies. It's a beautiful, complicated journey that men must keep grappling to understand.
Yeah.
Yes, that would sum up the journey before.
Pregnancy.
Yes.
Yeah. Complicated but beautiful.
Yes.
Utajiteteaje? Patiko.
I have nothing to defend myself on or anything to apologize about.
Yeah.
I think all I needed was energy.
Yeah. And it had to come from Patiko. No cake.
Yeah.
No lollipops.
In fact, I
Patiko.
craved nothing else.
Yeah.
I craved nothing else. I just wanted patco,
Yeah.
which I don't even now take. I guess they still exist. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They
Just
do.
after the pregnancy, and that was it.
The first one or all of them?
The first one especially. The second one, I did do it a lot.
Yeah.
The third one, I actually doubt I did. Actually, for the second and third, I had nothing to crave. You know that thing you crave continuously? No.
Yeah.
Concerning the bit he's talking about, the baby talking to me, that was also interesting for me because I would, over time, I noticed a pattern. I feel that movement, a very strong movement, then he calls me. So I was like, oh, what is this? So I traced for some days. And then I just started following the cues. So the baby would, kick so strongly. Then I just take the keys, I go downstairs, I stand at the gate. Then I hear his footsteps.
Yeah.
So I open the gate.
We are here.
Quite for some days.
Yeah.
But remember we say that some mental conditions can come about when a mother is stressed, especially in the first trimester of the pregnancy. That is to tell you, even in the womb, the baby is alive. You know, we just need to be aware that our mood can affect the baby. So whatever the baby was doing, she's the one who can tell us. But with the others, I did experience that. But I think the other interesting thing about the third pregnancy of our son, now we need to say this, we got our 3 babies within
5 years.
5 years, okay.
5 years.
Okay.
So when we got Prince, Waridi was 5. and Faraja was 2.
Wow.
You get?
Beautiful. Yeah.
So when I was expecting Prince, we had not been keen or interested to find out the gender. Apparently, we liked the surprise.
For all of them.
Yes. We,
Yeah,
but for the third one, I'll say
You'll
something
explain.
after. Yes.
You'll explain.
So for the first one, we were ready for the surprise. We were
Yeah.
like, we will even buying clothes. We just bought
Unisex.
unisex,
Yeah.
and we waited.
Yeah. Me.
I know.
I don't like surprises. 20 weeks. Doctor said 20 weeks. 20 weeks.
Yeah.
Twende tuangalie.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So this time I'm expecting a third born. Remember, I have a girl and then a second born girl.
Yeah.
So already one time comes and tells me, Mom, in this pregnancy you're going to get, from this pregnancy rather, you will bear a boy and he will be called Prince.
That's a 5-year-old.
That's a 4-year-old.
4, yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
'cause-
4.
yeah, when you
She was, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause- so for that one, we were like, how are you so sure, even with names?
Yeah,
With the name.
exactly.
Now I need to say that's the name we had discussed. You know, we had already a name. From the firstborn, if it is a boy, this is the name. We had that name even with our firstborn. So
Yeah.
if it is a girl, this is the name. If it is a boy,
This is the name.
so already comes from nowhere and tells us, this is a boy and he'll be called Prince. So I was like, what if it is another girl?
Yeah.
So with that, actually, I was now courageous to take a scan so that I prepare her, not for me.
So that she's not disappointed.
Not very
Yeah.
disappointed. But true to her prediction,
It was a boy.
that was it. She doesn't remember that though. I think it was
Because I
this
can
time.
imagine a 4-year-old.
Yeah,
What?
she-
Okay, we think that they don't know anything anyway. They don't even know pregnancy.
The-
We just assume, yeah?
Oh yeah.
But
Wow.
that really surprised us. You can imagine, by the way, I was very happy just hearing that before we even confirmed.
Because you've been waiting for a boy from
In
day
a
one.
girls' dormitory,
Yeah.
and it was now time to have someone
Yeah,
we
you
could
can work
do the
with.
rough
Yeah.
kind of play.
Yeah.
I was very excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so let's go back now to baby one again. What kind of adjustments came with coming with baby at home?
For me, I was overwhelmingly happy that
Okay.
the baby has come.
Yeah.
I think I was so ready for the baby and anticipating.
Yeah.
But I had not seen the full picture. Some things, as long as they are theory,
Yeah.
they are just theory
Yeah.
until now you get into the practicals.
Very true.
And so the adjustment of I love sleep, good sleep, uninterrupted sleep. So
Sleeping with your whole heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the adjustment of that I can wake up to look after the baby. I think for me the other mental,
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
For the first 6 months that I'm not actually the provider of food, that I am the food.
You're the food. Hey.
When you're talking
Yeah.
about the child feeding,
Yeah.
they
It's
are
you.
feeding on me. I mean, I think for me that was quite intriguing.
Yeah.
Then having to bring in a nanny,
Yeah.
a house girl at that time.
Yeah.
We had been the two of us hosting here and there, but
Yeah.
now that I need help and I need to accept that help, and
Yeah.
that is the reality of life.
Yeah.
And then, of course, financially adjusting,
Yeah.
because now with the coming of the baby, it has financial implications.
Yeah.
But I think the other shocking thing for me was that the way I used to do my personal devotion and life, as
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So when I'm going somewhere, I have to adjust and plan on how do I go with the baby or do I not?
Leave, yeah.
Kesha's.
No, Kesha. I hope you didn't go for Kesha.
I did not.
I came on our behalf.
Fasting and prayer.
Yeah. So remember, you are the food. Eh?
Yeah.
So
you can't fast. Yeah.
Yeah, at that time, for quite some time. So I had to adjust quite a number of things, how I fasted, and I think in a nutshell,
Yeah.
yes.
And for you, Pastor Robert, tell us
Yes.
the feeling of seeing your own baby, the first impression,
Wow.
and then the adjustments that you had to do.
remember, number one, we had said this is we like surprise. Let's perhaps put it differently. My wife loved the surprise bit.
So she influenced you.
Utafanya nini?
Yeah.
You sometimes say, let me encourage her along. She's already pregnant.
Yeah.
Everything has become dynamic. There is no need to put pressure.
Add another burden.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our firstborn was born here at the PCA Kikuyu Hospital. And I remember the journey really was uneventful. I mean, it was just nice from home in the morning when we saw every indication and the labor set in. So we went and had the checkups and everything, and we were told you are admitted, but you can enjoy walking around. I took her, we walked around. I think we even took a meal out, not the hospital one. We went around 10, 11. But we stayed until very late. The doctors kept checking on her. And finally, it was too late. They do not have provision for daddies in waiting, or the daddies right there to be there with their partners. So I had to leave at some point. And that was a bit late, perhaps around 9. And labor had really set in. But at that point, I did not realize it was complicated labor. So I went, caught some matatu, rushed home. I had left a sister there, my small sister. And when I got to the house, shortly, I mean, it wasn't many minutes later, I received her call. And when I picked the phone, there was panic. And it was no longer the predictable pathway we had thought. And she said, D, that's how she calls me, this labor is not normal. It comes, you know, the intervals it's supposed to have, it wasn't having that. It came at one point, stuck, and remained sustained. She was in a lot of trauma and pain. And the doctors quickly realized this was not normal. So at that point, they had said, we need to check. And when they checked, they said there was fetal distress and they needed immediate intervention. When they checked, the kid had pooped. And now it was an emergency.
Yeah.
The real problem that forced it to be an emergency is the fact that also her dilation was delayed. Yeah. In fact, it was stuck. And so I was receiving the call because the doctors wanted someone to sign. But I was far. So they had to go ahead. I think she signed. And so I had to find my means and rush to hospital that night. And I got there. Now a moment I was joyful with a bit of anxiety, but now I was very apprehensive. Totally. I got there, went straight in, and they told me she's in the theater. And I said, what is happening? At that point, the baby already had been delivered. And then they told me, come, we'll show you. Because now they were working on her to give her some time for recovery. And I was taken to that nursery, where the babies are. And my daughter was up, legs up, relaxing in that very warm 37 degrees Celsius cabin. And she looked at me straight, I was like,
You're meant to be closing your eyes.
who are you? I was excited but shocked.
Yeah.
She looked at me as though she had been here, for some time. I know, you know.
Yeah.
And after the shock, I came back to and I made a prayer.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, I'm standing here today as a father.
Yeah.
I knew I am a father, but now there is evidence,
It's real.
physical.
Yeah.
I can hold this baby.
Yeah.
The joy was overwhelming. I did not shed tears, but they were dangerously clinging somewhere,
Yeah.
holding on tight.
Yeah.
And the next part, of course, is that I also prayed and I said, I have never fathered before, and the journey of being a daddy is going to be very, very, very dramatic. And I am asking for wisdom. I did not have many words,
Yeah.
but I had a big heart,
Yeah.
an overwhelmed heart,
Yeah.
as I spoke the few words of both joy and trust that God would carry me through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So how did you come up with the names of your babies? who was the suggester and the final say? The stamper. The suggester and the stamper.
I think we need to mention that we are married across culture.
Yeah.
I am Kikuyu, he is Luya.
Yeah.
That one we had discussed before marriage.
Okay.
And it is one of the issues that we had discussed and agreed that, and really looked at how in his culture they do the naming, how in my culture we do the naming.
Totally different.
Yeah, totally different.
Totally. Yeah.
How different, by the way?
But yeah,
Different
what
in-
happened?
We name after the dead. Naming after someone who is alive is
Yeah.
like saying,
Telling them to die.
die.
I think it's the same even for my husband's.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, and for us, you can name both the living and the dead as long as you know. So, like in our case, if we were both Kikuyus, our firstborn would be named after his mother,
Yeah.
and then the secondborn would be named after my mother.
Whether they are dead or alive.
Yes.
So for us, I don't think we name after the dead. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, we only name after the alive ones.
Okay, I see.
Signal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So because of that dynamic, we settled for Swahili names.
Okay.
And then there was that feeling of we can follow his culture. So we are here as a cross-cultural couple,
Yeah.
or rather a couple married across culture.
Yeah.
So which side do we follow? So we decided to meet in the middle, so neither his or
No,
our
yours.
side.
Yeah.
Of course, we made some observations and just thought of scenarios where we would have a Luya name and a
The
Kikuyu
first
name,
born,
for
yeah,
example.
the second one is Kikuyu.
Yeah, and then when they are out there playing, people wonder, or their peers, I wonder, why are you Luya and your sister is Kikuyu?
Exactly.
You know?
Or you're loved by dad, that's why you're a Luya. You have a Luya name,
Yes.
you're loved by mom. Yeah.
So
I think
those were just imaginations before we got married.
Yeah.
So just early in time, we settled that we would give us an English name,
Yeah.
a Swahili name, and then, of course, now the surname.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So when we were expecting, we trusted God for the names.
Yeah.
So we already had the template. So we just needed to know now which name for who. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. For the girls, their names come from a verse in Songs of Solomon.
Okay.
Yes. There is a verse that talks about the rose of Sharon
Yeah.
and the lily of the valley.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
rose is waridi in
Yeah.
Swahili. And then lily remained lily.
Yeah.
So the girls have gotten their names from one verse, and the gentleman got the name from what we felt inspired and the declaration of Waridi. Yeah,
okay.
she said the boy will be called
Prince. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So baby one is here, and then you give her a name, go home, and then you feel ready for baby two. Or it was a surprise.
I didn't see that coming. I think we need to do some self-disclosure and say,
Yeah.
at no point did I
Yeah,
foresee
yeah, you maybe
that
yeah.
it would be a CS. Our firstborn would be a CS.
Oh, okay.
In my mind, because of how I was socialized, we were used to the V-birth,
Yeah.
the V-birth, you know?
Yeah. Normal.
It's actually called normal, as if this one
It
is
lo-
abnormal.
exactly.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and when I got a CS,
Yeah.
so we knew there needs to be time lapse for healing and recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's a gap between of 3 years between Waridi and Faraja.
Yeah.
So we were ready for the pregnancy, but we didn't know when it would happen.
Yeah.
So we were there in that space waiting. So, yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
But now when it was another CS again, for the third born, we were not eager to wait for another again 3 years, because given that there were 2 CSs with the review of the gyna,
Yeah.
he just advised that even the third one most likely it will be
that
another
one.
CS.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was not, the spacing is not accidental.
Okay.
Actually, given a chance, we would even have revised the gap between Faraja and Warid.
Oh.
Yes.
Like to be more
2
or
years.
less? Oh, okay.
Two
Yeah.
years. Because one of the desires was for me to stay with our children in those formative years, to be more present.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have stayed there, and then I'm waiting for another 6 years
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
other to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
I
have
really
squeezed
had
them.
desired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, to be there,
Yeah.
to be present.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that is well answered. Those who prepared us for marriage also told us that when babies come, hamjaiba mahindi ya mtu.
Yeah.
There is no so we don't talk about accident babies and the
Yeah.
likes, and so there is a way in which we were anticipating. We could prepare all that we could for how we wanted the kids spaced. If we had the power, we could have determined also the gender. But also now there was that space of the sovereign will of God,
Yeah. Yeah.
where we were very yielded and had this slogan, God can bypass
Yeah, yeah.
our plans.
Your plans. He actually does.
And accomplish his purposes.
Yeah.
We are not the creators of human beings.
Yeah.
We are only the conduit through which God was going to bring them on earth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, if you could allow me to mention, all along, even when we were courting, and the subject of babies would come up, the bottom line was, we are discussing this, but we know it is in the power of God. Because you can even get married and not get those children.
Of course.
So all that waiting, desiring that the space is even, the gap is even shorter, and waiting in anticipation, in the pregnancy and all that,
Yeah.
it is in the spirit of God. Here is your blessing.
Yeah.
This can only be your work
Yeah.
and your deeds.
Exactly.
So that posture of, we are not making babies.
Yeah.
Lord, you're blessing us with baby, because children are a heritage.
Yeah.
So we could not stand in that space of, proudly, now planning and saying, this is a boy, this is a girl, we want. By the way, even if there were 3 girls, we would have received all. Yeah.
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 Okay.
You are
That's,
ready.
yeah. That's a very nice posture to be in. Okay. How would you generally describe parenting before we go to now a different area?
I think every parent experiences parenting uniquely.
Yeah.
It is the same children we are parenting, but the experience would be unique.
Yeah.
For me, it has been a joy to parent, and I discovered that my parenting experience becomes a real joy when we are doing it with her. Second to it is that parenting is daringly tricky. I have on many occasions wondered, is this how I'm going to occupy my life? You know, I discovered that God gave me wonderful angels who are powerful sinners. And the battles of raising them began early enough. And I couldn't help but wonder what will be the product I will see at the end of this. And so joyful as the experience is, I realized the demandingness of this experience. And on many occasions I have desired that I would have some leave from parenting. You know, you have 3 weeks leave, you are on leave from parenting.
Yeah.
And I
Let me laugh at you. I thought I'm the only one.
And honestly, you realize that it is not that easy.
Yeah.
There are many dynamics that begin to show their faces, and you are like, oh God. When you begin training values, when you ask what is the motivation, in the early phases of parenting, I realized that I was the standard of parenting. I really wanted these kids to do exactly what I say, exactly at the time I say they do it, exactly in the manner I am thinking they should do it.
Yeah.
And they successfully failed me on every one of the occasions. And I realized it was becoming a frustration, quite a bit of annoyance over time. And then I decided I actually began thinking, maybe when years move, let's finish this phase. It is so annoying, this early phase. In front there, it is going to be easier. Then a wise older parent told me, make it an adventure.
Yeah.
Enjoy it now. You are looking forward to a time you will have new crises hitting your way. And that's when I also switched on and I said, it is time to make this an adventure. Again, noticed something, that the templates of parenting that were coming into action by default were what I experienced growing up. And this is the unfortunate part, apparently. The things you loved about how you were parented would be very natural to implement, but the things you did not like, which you are opposed to, keep showing their face. And you end up repeating the same experience.
It's true.
I'll give an example. Let me not talk about the positive, really, that's obvious. If your parents were all smiles around you and they kept you laughing and happy, it is possibly going to be, and that's a very good thing. But the unfortunate end is that as you pick the positive side, you are likely to pick also
The negative.
if your parents were hard on you, you could not breathe around them. You are sort of cocooned in your emotions, and you are like, I would want to see my kids enjoy life. But I quickly realized that my kids, I would easily have cocooned them out of what I went through. It is a template, written, unspoken, but written, somewhere deeply recorded, that is replaying. And I noticed, for example, that I would easily have patterns of annoyance very easily. Why are you not doing this the way I want? And that was already beginning to break what I desired. And so at that point, again, it became an area of, how do I change this? And that's when the conversations began to come in. For example, I realized that how I'm parented is totally different from her experience. And across time, we've come into a phase where we are having more relational conversations in how we express different things. Still, a few things show which would want to choke my godly desires around parenting.
Yeah.
But I'm working overtime to
Yeah.
try to suppress them
Yeah.
and change.
Yeah.
Parenting has been a discipleship tool from God
Yeah.
for my heart, and I'm liking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
When parenting for me showed up, I had a template, unwritten though.
Yeah. What you caught. I think
Yeah.
most of the things we
Yeah.
catch.
We catch.
We are not
yeah.
taught. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or we catch. But I think for me, the fact that we were doing it together, I need to mention that I grew up with a single mother
Yeah.
who died at some point, and I lived with different
She's still
families,
Yeah.
different families at different times.
Yeah.
So I had so many templates, ideas.
Yeah.
But I think for me, generally, the journey has been a journey of learning and unlearning. My encouragement has been to know, and that gave me rest, to know that actually the Bible has a template for me as a parent.
Yeah.
Even when I have distortions here and there, I have good side, I have seen this and the other, that the Bible is a template in itself
Yeah.
of both good and bad examples, and that I can draw principles directly, and then there are discipleship pathways where older parents can speak into my life.
Yeah.
So I've been very eager about, just hearing people talk about parenting, reading a book here and there, and then knowing that every child is unique, so I can parent them uniquely.
Yeah.
And then knowing that I don't need to be perfect.
Yeah.
I just show up
Exactly.
and life is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
is a full-time job. I think for me that was very humbling.
Yeah.
Very humbling that there is no leave. Even now, we are seated here, our kids are back at home,
Yeah.
parenting is still happening.
It's happening,
Even when you
yeah.
are absent,
Exactly.
you are still parenting.
Exactly.
When you're present, when you are neglectful, that is still parenting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Parenting is daily, every day.
Every minute you're
Every
parenting,
minute,
whether
yeah.
you're there or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are some of the ways you use to pass on godly values to your children? Probably now you could start from when they were toddlers.
Oh,
Yeah, when they started talking, I think that's when you start teaching them values. And now that you have a preteen,
Yeah.
yeah. How is it now? Yeah.
Maybe he can be better placed to talk about the practical bit.
Yeah.
But just to begin off, the greatest relief for me as a parent,
Yeah.
and maybe for every parent out there, is to know that we don't even begin at the place of teaching. The way teaching, the way we know,
In a
we
class,
begin at the point of being. And that means
Yeah.
modeling. Just being there. You are being what that kid ought to be. For example, you are talking about honesty,
Yeah.
you're talking about orderliness.
Yeah.
You can imagine when you start teaching a 2-year-old about orderliness, and the toys are all over. You keep
Your
being
closet.
frustrated.
Your closet looks,
You want to teach, especially believers, are quick to teach scripture memory and prayer. We want them to,
Yeah.
and it is a
You're
good
not
thing.
doing it. Yeah.
But where to begin is just modeling,
Yeah.
and not modeling as in acting. I'm acting so that they can
Copy.
catch and copy. So just being true
Yeah.
as a believer, as a parent,
Yeah,
because that is your responsibility.
Exactly.
There is the learning that already happens there,
Yeah.
vicariously.
Yeah.
Yes, as they observe. And then now, of course, with time now, there is that intentional passing on of these values, which I think he can talk about maybe some of.
We already had even these conversations before we got married. I remember one day we were walking at Nairobi City County offices, right in front there. It was on an evening, and I don't know where we were going. And I asked her, by the way, when we get married, I want you to fast forward to a time your son will be You can tell I was obsessed.
Son as the firstborn. Yeah.
Your son will be some years,
Yeah.
and then he comes and says, I'm putting on dreadlocks.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know that we were fiery creatures, especially me. If we look at how we were looked at and
Yeah.
how we thought about ourselves,
Yeah.
there are things that were not necessarily part of our making.
Yeah.
Like dreadlocks was not just funny, it was downright evil. Back in the day we were...
That was the worldview.
It was the
generally.
worldview that was prevailing.
Yeah.
And so I asked her, if your son comes and he says he's putting on dreadlocks, or actually shows up with
them.
them, what will you do? My wife always has very simple answers. And the answer was, let's wait for that
Aye.
time. So that was a very...
Let's wait for him to come with dreadlocks.
I will sort out what will come,
Hey.
And I'm like, no. She's like, why are you going thinking ahead? We are not even married.
Yeah.
I said, I think it is good to process some of these things because they can easily show up.
Yeah.
The reason I mention that is because value systems start way early. Either by our discussions of them or by not discussing them.
Yeah.
Even the assumptions we carry
Yeah.
shape us of value systems. And so when we got in, of course, modeling, which she has highlighted, and by being practical and real with God and with the kids, but then at some point we said we would want to be very clear. What are we building these kids to become? We removed ourselves from being the standard. And that is on many occasions. This, I think, cuts across our parenting journey to this day. Not once have our children said, they would ask, can I have that phone to play a game? And I'm like, no, my phone is for me, it is for adults, and the primary function is communication.
Yeah.
And the next question is the question that kills you. It's like, then why do you play games on your phone?
Yeah.
At that point,
Yeah.
I tried to defend that there is an age you can, it wasn't making
It's an
sense.
age that is allowed.
It was not even convincing
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
My son put his legs up on the sofa set and he said, when daddy comes home, he holds his phone this way and begins playing, and he's playing. Now, he's demonstrating on the big couch. And I'm like, dear God. And then the sisters joined in that conversation.
Yeah.
And we are there watching. My wife was facing the other way, nikaona anacheka.
Yeah.
Nikajua mimi ndio ninachekwa. And yeah, so at that point, I worked so hard to vindicate myself. And the more I worked hard, the more they painted the picture.
Yeah.
And I knew I have failed flat on this one, unless I do something. That day I knew something. I am not the standard of the values I want to teach.
Yeah.
We are not. We definitely are going to have gaps that our kids will observe. And unless we give them a better standard of values, they will turn into something we are not liking. We will be frustrated because we ourselves do not reflect that. And we realized the simple call was to give them God as the standard.
Yeah.
And that is when we thought about the different things God requires of me and my wife, which we can document, and we wrote down a list of values. To begin with, I think they were few. They were 8, and we said, let's train these children on these values. We will model them, and where we fail, we are ready to tell them, we've not done very well on this. So that they see how vulnerable we are, so that on their account, whenever we want to correct that, they identify that we are not doing it because we are perfect.
Yeah.
But then how do we do that? We said we'll point them to God, both in value systems and in parenting.
Yeah.
We are not the standard. We have settled that. Christ is the standard. And so we wrote down 8 values. We even came up with a means of scoring per day. And so we would be like, value number 1 is truthfulness, because we discovered that lying at some point, kids are born and generally they are very truthful.
Yeah.
But the day they change, we don't know. We are still trying to trace, when did they switch positions?
Yeah.
They lie in a very, very meticulous way.
Yeah.
And so we said, if there is a value we are going to cultivate, number 1 is truthfulness. We agreed that Satan is the father of all liars, and that Christ is the truth. And that in lying, we affirm that we belong to our father, the devil. But in speaking the truth, even when it hurts, we are affirming our devotion to Jesus Christ, who never lies.
Yeah.
So in case I am tempted to give a half a truth, which is a lie, then I am not the standard. So the day my child is caught in a situation of lying, not telling the truth, we ask, what does Jesus think about this? What would Jesus say to you about this? How would Jesus react to this? And what would he want you to do in response to this? And that has become a beautiful template. So from 8 values, which we cannot begin listing right here, slowly we expanded them. We would score points, and then at the close of the week, we would look at how they have fared. Now, it was not the sadist approach. Rather, it was a motivational approach. And quickly, there was alertness and awareness of whom we are becoming as a family. You would tell the kids are eager to do that which is positive, that which is right. And on several occasions, you would find kids come and say, Dad, today I've been very truthful. I only lied once. And you're like, awesome. So tell me about the one time you lied.
Yeah.
And they give you the whatever they did, and you're like, so what have you done about it? They're like, I have talked to Jesus about it.
Wow.
And for me, that gave me joy and a sense of rest. Because mostly when we talk about lying, they not only lie to each other, they lie to us as parents.
Yeah.
And so if they lie to me that they are okay, and they are not, I'll not help them.
Yeah.
But they know that there is one whom they cannot lie to.
Yeah.
And they go. So a few times you will find your child come and say, Dad, I have something to tell you. Last week, you remember that time you said ABCD, and I told you this? I actually lied. But what I did right after, it hurt me so deeply, or I have been thinking about it, I've just come from the closet. And sometimes they come in tears. Tears they hardly shed when they are lying to you.
Yeah,
but they
course.
have been with Jesus, and they have shared that. And so the values that we had, we later on added, and in fact we invited our marriage group together and decided, why can't we have this as a reflection to grow together as parents? Because the values I want, I pray you people want them in a way that then when our kids interact, they mutually benefit each other. And that has become the template for our 4 families that are in this parenting journey together. And we keep pursuing that. We are not as perfect. No, we are not. We oftentimes have gaps in the process. I have observed many times we even slack back, and you realize the momentum is going down because the values began with the inner person they also came to the expression around the environment. We've gone to values like modesty, orderliness, thoroughness, proactiveness in the house, how you do different things. And sometimes we would stop scoring, which has a few gifts at the end, like at the end of the month. It is a beautiful thing. And for kids, especially younger ages, now already you cannot try something like that very quickly, where we bought different stars, colored, small sizes. And so at the end of the week, oh, you did well, you had this, we put a star. Wow. That is enough to brighten the whole night and the following week. But then after a month or two, we would actually set apart some money and say, you kids have been doing very well on the value of truthfulness. We have seen you in scripture memory and Bible reading. You've done very well. We are going to get some gifts to thank God and celebrate with you. But something deeper is the fact that at the end, because we have a score, maybe out of 100, you got 80, we began noticing patterns that our daughter struggles with truthfulness. This one, okay? The other one is struggling with scripture memory. Not because their minds can't comprehend, but rather they have no motivation or even a desire to do it. We not only take note of the areas to work with every individual child, rather we go deeper and make it a point of prayer. So there is a place we have for the summary per child every week. We realize this is the area. So my wife and I would take time away from the rewards and all that, and they're happy, maybe they're asleep. We would go and kneel before God and begin praying for every child with regard to those specific areas. And for us, I believe that this is a journey that just began, but has to also continue. So we have the books, the records. Sometimes we stop them to see how are they responding. So that it is not the consciousness that daddy has that nice pen and is going to put the scorecard. Rather, we want to see this play out physically. And we have greatly, honestly, been blessed to see that. It also changes even your model and approach to discipline. Because then you realize you are training the heart, not behavior. And for us, that has been a beautiful thing.
So probably two things.
Yes.
Are you also in the scorecard, the parents? Like, like truthfulness today, dad, mom, waridi, and then you keep scoring. Okay. Are you included there so that in case a parent is watching and would like to know?
Okay. The motivation for having a way of evaluating, actually evaluating is a word, was that it is this period and you want to be very intentional. For them to also know, we are working, that awareness, we are working on this, we are working on this. As you heard him at the end, he said, it's not that we keep scoring. I think we need to bring that clearly so that we don't imagine that we have a scorecard every day of our lives.
Of course.
But we introduced that, and the motivation was so that we are aware. We were not in that scorecard.
Okay.
Yes, so the answer is
no.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
We were not, but with kids, they naturally are your scorecard. So if they don't think you're observing a certain value, which you're scoring them, they say, Daddy, you are not devotion. No, you are not. And I remember when they began asking me, say, we woke up to do Bible reading today. At that time I was quite unaware. And I think for some time I had no motivation for the word of God. Can you imagine that? And so they would come, why do you oversleep? Before they came to me, they had been asking their mother, why does daddy love
sleeping too much?
You hear that? So the reports came.
The question looks like it's it's already negative.
It is. So whichever way you answered, after some time they realized, I think the message they were saying is, can we hold you accountable? Can you behave?
Yeah.
And they may have assumed their mother was not doing enough, so they came to me and they asked me. And again, you know, adults have this temptation to explain things away.
And actually to shield.
Yes.
To shield ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
But remember, we are not the standard.
Yeah.
So owning up is a good thing. You may explain, but own up and say, you know what?
I'm struggling.
All these things do not excuse me from doing this.
Yeah.
We need you, I need to act and do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the things that followed as my response to their scorecard is to actually be there. We read the Bible with them. Many a times I would be up, they wake up, find me, I've done mine, and then I'm there checking on them to make sure that they have done theirs too. And those questions stopped.
Yeah.
So for some reason, if we are genuine, honest, and open, we'll always realize that our children are our scorecard.
Yeah.
We may not put it on paper.
Yeah. But they can see.
They can see.
Because you're modeling.
Yes, they can see. And they, quite frankly, if you create the healthy environment, they'll tell you. They don't shy away. They'll just tell you,
Yeah.
Bure,
Yeah.
you're not doing
You're
well
not
on
doing
this.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think as parents,
Yeah.
the posture of vulnerability in the eyes of our parents has helped us and set us free in a way, and given them
And of our children.
yeah,
children.
yes,
Okay.
so that they can actually tell us, Mom, why did you shout at me? Why are you preferring my brother over me? And the answer is, I'm not preferring your brother over you. No. So you want to understand. I want to understand, what do you mean? Why
Yeah.
do you feel
That I'm
that?
preferring.
And
Yeah.
there are many times I have had to ask for forgiveness. Oh, so how did, there is one question for me that has really helped,
Yeah.
asking them, what does that make you feel?
Yeah.
And you know, they will pour out their emotion
Very
and
open.
tell you, I feel you have discriminated against me. I feel you're unfair. So you allow that venting.
Yeah.
And then I ask for forgiveness. Please consider
Forgive.
to forgive.
Yeah.
And so they know. But I had one of them say at the table the other day, everyone makes mistakes. I don't know what I did. And I was like, I'm so sorry, guys. So I don't also wait every other time to be told.
Repent.
Yeah.
So I just show up
I
and
think
say,
for me, I wait a lot. Yeah.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
hoping that they have not noticed.
But they do.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I did 1, 2, 3. I can't remember what it was. And one of them was quick to say, it's okay, Mom. All of us make mistakes. We
Yeah.
are human. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, so we are human.
Exactly.
We make mistakes, but how we amend is the
the
issue. Yeah, I
danger.
just wanted to.
Yeah. Wow. So I think you could maybe give us those values.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would like to, go
Alright.
through the values. I think there's a scripture also to memorize when
Yeah.
you're going through a certain value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can put it in the video description so that parents can benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
by the way, I should also mention, sorry,
Okay.
the motivation for training in these values is so that now when discipline comes,
Yeah, actually.
what are you disciplining for?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because most of us are quick to, and we were there, you're wondering, why are you misbehaving? But what was the template?
Yeah.
So when we have talked about these values, we are trying to model here and
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So it becomes the standard for discipline. So why are you being disciplined? It's because I was not orderly.
Yeah.
I was not orderly.
Yeah.
And when I realized I was not orderly, I did not amend my mess,
Yeah.
And so you actually know why you are being disciplined.
Yeah.
So before you demand of the discipline, what have you instilled?
Exactly.
What do you want to withdraw from
Yeah.
that? What have
Yeah.
you instilled as the value? So that you can even say now, on this one, it is skewed, on this one, there are making it.
Yeah.
But then the other thing, to remember that they can't score 100%.
Of course. We also
Neither
don't.
do we.
Yeah.
And for me, what my husband does, that set us free as parents. Maybe this is a repetition, but to know that God is the standard.
Yes.
And how I strive even as a person, as a believer, to meet that standard, and that it is a daily trust and hoping that God help me today, by your grace, to live as a godly woman, as a godly wife, as a godly mother.
Yeah.
Is the same way they are struggling. And so for us, that has been very freeing to know that we are not looking at 100%.
Of course.
You know,
I think it's growth.
Yeah.
You know, growth, for looking out for growth.
Yeah.
So at this point now, do we say that you have hacked disciplining the children? Or do you find, sometimes we struggle, like personally, the way I was disciplined growing up, I find it creeping to my own, you know, the irritation, the feeling, that bad feeling when a child does something and you think, if it were me, my mom would have killed me, you know. The way you were the way I was parented, I find it coming back to me, and later I have to feel like talk to myself. So now, do we say that? Like, how has it been for you? Do you also find yourself sometimes struggling with the past, and then now having this, and God also working on your hearts? How is disciplining for you?
The first part, let's not lose the first part.
Yes.
She asked, have we hacked?
Have you hacked discipline?
The answer is no.
No, we have not.
I wish it was as simple as that.
We have not.
Yeah.
We have not hacked. We cannot confidently say we have hacked. It is a journey of daily trusting God. I keep reminding myself of a portion of scripture in Romans chapter 12. No discipline since pleasant are the times. Hebrews chapter 12. It is not always very pleasant. And then before we come to that verse, it talks about the relationship between father and child, or parent-child relationship. It says it is the legitimate children who need to be disciplined. If you do not receive discipline, perhaps you do not even belong. You know, that kind of thing. And then when I reflected on that, I said, and the way I'm stubborn to my Father in heaven, for the about 20-something, close to 30 years I've been born again, God is still working on me, disciplining me. I'm still paranoid in many ways, and He hasn't given up on me. God's discipline is perfect, but certainly mine is not. And so to say that we have hacked would be a lie. I think we are growing in the journey of discipline, which leads to the second part of the question you've asked. Do we feel like our own experience in how we were disciplined creeping in? Oftentimes. And I think oftentimes I work hard to suppress it, not to address it. And that is a problem, you know? I discovered, for example, the reason our parents did discipline the way they did, and I'm not talking about the positive way, just the context, perhaps a bit aggressive from a point of anger, they did it because they just allowed their emotions to take over. And as I look at my own experiences, a few times I have let that happen. For example, our agreement is that the road is still very functional today. I think the shift in understanding that some parents cannot use the road is a very recent concept. Across generations, for centuries, all the way through to the 19th centuries, 18-something, you know, generally it was agreeable, the road was standard. A very recent change has come where there is new advocacy against the road, and they have their own research and all that, and talk about the trauma and
Instilling pain.
that all that does. Whereas there could be a reflection behind it, I do think that the Word of God remains standard. And so we agreed how to employ the road, and we have been very faithful members of the club that uses the road. And
The
There's
group.
a club.
yes,
WhatsApp group.
and in doing it,
Yeah.
we agreed that one, we will not discipline for what we've not instructed. We will not discipline in anger.
Yeah.
Number 3, we will not discipline every time our children fall short of the standard.
Yeah.
In other words, there is room to extend grace, forgiveness, to model what God does and deals with us. In fact, on many occasions we do that.
Yeah.
Now, the moments we get to employ the rod are moments of repetition, to limits that now the value is fading and it is no longer holding. And we want to reinforce that. The rod of discipline will drive away folly that is bound up in the heart of a child, the Bible would say. And then at that point, we also want to make sure we are not angry. But a few times,
Yeah.
we have used the pata-pata slippers, you pull it. And we quickly looked at whenever we have had to pull a slipper, every time you just pick something, you never pick it because you are composed.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you have to hold here and lift 2 meters up the ground,
Yeah.
you are not in control.
Exactly.
When you shout, and oftentimes your hand acts ahead of your brain,
Yeah.
you slap.
Yeah.
Normally, it is reactive.
Yeah.
It is going ahead of your emotions. And yes, we have caught ourselves in all these categories. Some majority, my wife knows, a few times I have kept quiet and worked so hard that the kid does not even tell the mother because I overdid it myself.
Yeah.
And we're really, firstborns suffer significantly
receive
on
that,
that,
yeah.
because we are learning to parent and we are also frustrated in the journey. So we
Yeah.
pour our emotions
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
And I think for us that's been quite a dynamic. But over time, we have learned and we are learning to master all those kinds of things. We can have conversations, and sometimes you do it. I have noticed children will always speak when they were disciplined in anger.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They knew they
We
were
still-
wrong. They
we
are not
still remember
defending
it,
that.
Even us.
Yeah, they will know this one, this was not out of love. This was not because my parent was caring. My mother was satisfying a selfish interest. Her wrath.
And vengeance.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was not about helping me, because
Yeah.
discipline should be done with Jesus Christ in perspective.
Yeah.
And every time we have done it in the cordial, agreed way, without wrath, you can actually spank and you are not feeling angry.
Yeah.
For me, that has been very liberating, because I am not sure I ever experienced that personally. But I'm not feeling angry.
Yeah.
Do you
And
know
then
what happens?
guilt after.
Yes,
Yeah.
then guilt after. Do you know what normally happens? That child will turn from that place, come and hug me, and cry in my hands and say, "Daddy, I'm so sorry." To add to it, sometimes we've had even you'd tell today, I think I have to spank. And generally we are in agreement about that. But you go there, and the way the child packages
Yeah.
the matter, not in a manipulative way, but in a sincere way of
exactly.
acknowledgement, you listen to them, and you're like, it would be criminal
Yeah.
to go ahead
If you still spank.
if you still spank.
Yeah.
And that is how they have begun to learn to embrace the pattern of God and his discipline, because we are trying to model that, which has been a great joy, I think, from our end. Yeah. Now it looks like we're already in the subject of discipline. Just to highlight something, and then we have also found the great freedom of having to handle the discipline of every child uniquely, in seclusion from the rest. Because whenever, like in most African homes, if it is beating, you are beaten with anything in the presence of anyone.
Even friends who came to visit you.
Yes.
They
And
have to know you are beaten.
it is a mini third world war, that kind of thing, experience that you are left with a new style of walking.
Exactly. And you have to go to school tomorrow.
Yes.
Limping.
It was wrath released on earth. That's why perhaps in Africa we understand more about judgment, the coming judgment. Our parents did their share of displaying their wrath on earth, and so we are wondering, if this is what my earthly father could do, how about
Heavenly Father?
we are dead? You are in that delicate space. And we quickly realized, whenever that happens publicly, you destroy. It is not just physical pain you've inflicted. You have inflicted a deeper pain that runs beyond the physical, emotional, and you have destroyed the image of that child.
Esteem,
The esteem is completely shattered. But whenever you take this person separately, they feel treasured. They feel their person is still upheld. Their esteem is intact. In fact, you'll finish that, they'll come out, and life moves on as usual. You have dealt with whatever was wrong without destroying the child. And that is an important thing. Yes.
All right. Maybe we can now move on to how you gradually introduce sex to the children.
Sex education.
Sex education, yes. How have you taught your children? And at beginning from what age, and probably what do you tell them at 4 years?
Okay.
What should they know? We are struggling. I am.
All right.
And part of the reason why most of us struggle in Kenyan context, in African context, is because of how we were socialized. Sexuality was taboo.
Taboo, actually.
You don't bring it here. Yes, so, and here you are now in this space, you are a parent. And so I think we need to get to a place where we agree. The way I talk about cleanliness, or I'm talking about truthfulness, I am talking about, or I am aware that this is the cognitive part of the child, or this is the physical need. The way you just handle a child, that sexuality is part of the package. Sexuality is part of that child. So the way I'm comfortable to talk about table manners, so you are training on cleanliness, and it's very easy.
Until you cross the line.
Until you know,
In fact,
until even they ask you,
even the discipline we are talking about, most of us parents are so enthusiastic about that truthfulness and all that. But the same parent, when it comes to issues sexuality, you
go to school. Leave it to teachers.
And the Sunday school and the youth workers. But that time, at the youth, they are 14, 13, 14.
They already know.
And they already know so much. So this is what we would say. When we begin at the point of just acknowledging that sexuality is part of the child. It is part of us as human beings. So that we become comfortable with the subject. Mimi kama mama, for him as a father. And decide that sex education is primary for us and our children. It is secondary to them, whoever them are. Now then the peers, the school, the neighbors and all that. So with that posture, you're set to go. Number one, it begins at the point the child is aware, I am a girl and this is a boy. And so how am I a girl and this is a boy?
Yeah.
So they are able to tell that they have different anatomy.
Yeah.
So that's already sex education. It is as simple as that.
Yeah.
And so affirming that, yeah. And sometimes they will ask, like when we got my son, these are two girls. So it was not a big deal.
Yeah.
So when the brother comes, one of them observes when I am changing, because you see, they are part of the family.
Yeah. They have to be there.
Yeah, they have to be there. What's happening?
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah. And most of us parents, in the name of euphemism, is that what it's called? Euphemism. We have names for the private parts and all that.
Yeah.
So as we decided, you use the proper names. And because of our socialization,
it's hard to
you don't want to say it in English. So we just went to Kiswahili.
Okay.
So
Which is worse, the origin of Kiswahili.
The original Kiswahili, again, we had to still tone it down, but they have to know it has a name. Okay. So the point was, lest I lose the thought line, so why is our brother different anatomically? And so we say, no, he is a boy.
Yeah.
Because he is a boy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's different. So all boys are like this, yes. So all the girls.
Even daddy.
Yeah.
Mine asked me,
yes.
you know.
Yeah. And you have to answer.
Yes. Even daddy.
Yeah.
So even mom.
Yeah.
And then the point of at the time they start feeling this is a boy, they should not chungulia me, in Kiswahili.
Yeah.
They feel they want privacy.
Yeah.
That is sex education already.
Yeah.
And so you start granting that.
Okay.
So in other words, let it be gradual, and you don't answer a question the child is not asking. At that time, when they are just saying daddy is like this, that is it.
Yeah.
As a parent, you're the one overthinking. For them, it is as simple as, this is a boy and this is a girl.
Yeah.
Now, if girls should not see boys dress up, then I want my space. So you give them that space.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, self-awareness is still coming to the point now of 2.5, 3 years. Let them know what the private parts are. There are even songs to help parents now. These are my private parts. No one should touch them. No one should see them. Yeah. And if you do, I will tell mommy, I will tell daddy, I will tell teacher if it is good. Yeah. Because we have also to protect them. We are living in a very compromised society.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, what helped us is that we introduced our children to the Bible very early. Very early, whether, of course at age 3 they were still not able to read, but we would still do, like I remember with our firstborn, we taught 10 commandments when she was age 3. And so there's that commandment that says do not commit adultery. So she seemed to understand these other ones until she asked, what is adultery? Yes, and we have to answer. Yeah. There are those questions of, so you have come with a baby. How do you get a baby? Yeah. No, that's sexuality really. Exactly. How is a child born? Yeah. We were told they are brought from a supermarket. They are not. Yeah. A baby is in the womb, and when it is time for birth, that part I told you about, that's where the baby comes from, comes through, and if there are complications, you are incised and the baby is brought out. But you stop there. Okay. They have not asked how the baby entered. You get?
Don't answer that.
So don't answer that. Because of our socialization and the fears we have, we are all wondering, how do I explain to a 4-year-old that whole process? They have not asked that. Yeah.
Or so you're even mad mad they're asking.
You're even mad and uncomfortable.
As we couldn't even ask.
So what is adultery? It is, at that time, my answer was simple. It is when a boy sleeps with a girl. Not even a boy sleeps with a girl. Now, See, all this time she knows I am a girl and he is a boy. So do you commit adultery?
With that.
No. Why is it not adultery for your case?
Yeah.
We are married. What is marriage? We did a wedding.
Ah, yeah.
You get? We did. When people do a wedding,
They can sleep together.
they can sleep together.
Yeah.
They have not asked anything else. So we stop at that. So that's it. It's been a journey like that. So
It gets complicated.
it gets complicated with time,
Yeah.
and they are able to understand
Yeah.
with time. So you only release in bits.
In bits.
You work with them, and our ultimate desire is that they should not get that information firsthand elsewhere,
Exactly.
but here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just looking
Yeah.
at them to the face and saying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the question they have answered.
Yeah.
And
But
they've
there's a bit, they have asked, but there's also the bit of proactiveness, because I'll not sit here and wait for a
For them
question
to
they are
ask,
not aware
exactly,
they should be asked.
Yeah.
So, age appropriate,
Yeah.
information,
Yeah.
for example, at age 5, 6, they are already in school. They are already telling you, girls, sissy girls, we go to the toilet, and the boys have a urinal,
Or their toilet is like a place.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even know.
Yeah, and you can already tell social interaction is happening. So we start talking about relationship between boys and girls. It has been gradual. Now we have almost a teenager.
Yeah.
So they already know about boy and girl relationship. They know courtship. We have talked about marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because marriage. Once there's a time we were watching news and it happened that someone had been battered to a point of death. And one of them was like, you mean, sasa kama dadi, akuchape hadi ukufe. Then this marriage.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we call those magic moments for learning.
Yeah.
So a topic has just brought itself. So we say,
You don't.
now,
Yeah.
You
yes.
don't shy away.
Yeah.
You actually
You take it at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and use that to explain the many things maybe that are in your heart. So, marriages are not always like that. You have not seen violence in this home. And so, how do you know that a man will not beat you? And so, we go to those extents of you pray, you trust the Lord, you look at the values, and then we stop there for that day. It is not a lesson for one day, or it is a seminar for 1 week back to back.
Yeah.
It is a daily, we are doing life every day.
Yeah.
From what she said, a beautiful point about like when our daughter asked, so why do you and dad sleep together? And she gave a simple, beautiful answer. We are married. Fast forward, we got visitors, and there were children who came from our marriage accountability, and they came to spend over. And so one of them now came and said, so what is the plan of how people are going to sleep?
Who will share bedrooms?
Yes.
with who? Yeah.
And so, of course, they know daddy and mommy have their bedroom. It was only the children, the parents were not there. And we said how kids are going to sleep. And one of our daughters observed and said, the way people are divided, it looks like I'm going to share a bedroom with so and so, who is a boy.
And we are not married.
And before we answered, said, would there be a problem with that? Said, I'll be committing adultery. No.
And she actually said from a point of distress, like,
Yes.
no, I'll be committing
I'll be
adultery.
committing
It's against the
adultery.
commandments. Yeah.
Because in her understanding,
Yeah.
and as of the last answer, just sharing a bed,
Yeah.
you're here
Yeah.
and he's here.
You're already committing.
You've
adultery.
committed adultery. And so we began unpackaging what does adultery look like.
Yeah.
Fast forward now to the place of scripture. It's that blessing. They have been reading consistently. So one of them comes to the story of Dinah in Genesis and how she went down to visit the women at Shechem, and she's taken by this prince of that family and raped and locked up, and they come to make negotiation. That story was annoying. It is my wife who was doing devotion with that girl that morning. She got so annoyed because she was like, tell me what has actually happened. And so For the first time, sex is explained. What is rape? You know, what is rape? And when the mother explained, she got so disgusted and said, I am not reading the Bible from today.
How old was she at that point?
7.
7. Right.
7.
Yeah, 7.
Wow.
And it hit her. Now we say that's why you need to keep reading. You will see many things.
Yeah.
And to be very honest, scripture has been the greatest help to unpackage those segments that are difficult. And over time they have learned. Now when they learn in school, it only augments what we have already done from home. And for us, that has been a beautiful journey. Not always easy, but really, scripture helps us. Now, talk about those who are older, like our firstborn. When now physiological changes show up on the body, and you can tell she's talking with the mom a lot, and it is a good thing to have a child for a friend. There's a new ideology that a kid should not be a friend with a parent. I'm not sure that it is a fair reflection of a value system for a family. It doesn't represent it well. So I already had picked signals. And so we went, and so my daughter is like, Daddy, I have a question to ask you today as we walk. I said, shoot. I'm always ready to answer.
Yeah.
And so she said, what would you do if people chide you and make fun of you? I said, what do you mean? She's like, the people I'm talking about are boys, and they begin making fun of us girls. And I said, are they making fun of all girls or specific girls? She's like, some of us. And I said, what does that make you feel about it? She's like, I feel like I do not feel like I want to have all these changes. I said, all right. I think we have an opportunity to talk to God. We can pray that they do not happen. And then she's like, oh. So I said, oh, so you want those changes?
Yeah, exactly.
She said, yeah, why would you want them? Why would you not want to stop and remain the way you are? She said, still, I think I'll be funnier, you know. So we had to appreciate that those changes are necessary.
Yeah.
And from an innocent conversation where we were just talking, all of a sudden, God graciously supplied wisdom. And I told her, I think let's come up with what you can do. First of all, I think you need to celebrate every change. It's a gift. It's not a curse. It's a gift. And we talked about that. And by close of it, we already had coined a powerful statement which only she and me use. Of course, the mother knows it. CFFA, celebrate every change, fear God in all those changes, focus on the journey ahead, become the best version of what God wants you to become, and remain accountable. So today, in our conversations in her age, we just say, CFFA. And she's like, wow. On F, the first F, I need to improve a bit on how I'm fearing God. Or let's talk about accountability today. Any drama? And I think because of that, it has created a platform of accountability and openness that is quite encouraging. Yeah.
It's so hard to let you go, so much knowledge coming through, but I am so excited, and I know many people are learning out there from the Namakwas. So much knowledge, so much, and we can't get enough of this. So let's continue asking those questions, and we will invite them once more, not even once, many more other times, so that they can speak to us, parents. Once more, thank you so much for coming and sharing your wisdom. But before we finish, I would like you to give a parting shot about parenting generally, to the parents who are watching, the dads who are watching, the moms who are watching, about not something specific, just general, something you would advise them as parents.
Yeah, thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
I think what I would tell my fellow parents is that parenting is so transitional. And so even as we parent, at times it's very overwhelming at one point, and you're wondering whether I will be able to manage this and the other. But lo and behold, 12 years down the line, those who know me, especially from this church, you remember I would carry a big bag full of diapers and change of clothing. Nowadays, I carry a very small bag.
Yeah.
So it is so transitional. And then I am not in this journey because I am perfect. I am here because I'm being shaped by God, and the Lord is teaching me every other day. So the openness to learn and to know that you are taking the journey with your child, really. It's not because you are a perfect parent, but because you have shown up and you want to be faithful to the Lord as a godly mother, as a godly father, as godly parents. So it is doable because the Lord is with us. So we parent for the Lord and in the Lord.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you very much to my fellow parents. And perhaps I should specifically talk to those of us who, whatever phase you are in, let me begin from whatever phase, dare to be godly in your pursuit of parenting. It will save you a lot of stress because you do not need to go looking for templates too far. In Christ we have the template. Scripture will supply what you need. Dare to be godly. And specifically to dads, be a godly father who, first of all, must express a deep desire to parent. Don't just do it. Do it because you desire it. And then find the determination that only gets empowered by God's help to parent. And then seek the companions who can help you do that well. And the first companion, as much as possible, should be your partner, your wife. And do it. Don't just follow templates people have done over time. Endeavor to ask, what is God's heart in this journey of parenting? And I believe that when you pursue that, you will have an easier journey that will be refreshing to you and honoring to God and blessing to your children. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Amen.
Thank you so much, the Namakwas, for once again for coming and for sharing your knowledge. We are really, really happy. For parents watching out there, let me know your takeaways from this conversation on the comment section. And let me know also what you have learned from the Namakwas and how you're parenting in those topics that we've covered so far. My name is Frida Wasonga. I am so happy and delighted to host these parenting conversations. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not yet done so, and hit the notification button so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. My takeaway from the Namakwas is that parenting is gradual. Like they have said, every season, new challenges, new tasks for you as a parent. Let's enjoy every season of parenting. If you have a 1 month old, a 1 day old, if you have a 12-year-old, transition with them and keep parenting them in every step of their lives. Thank you once again for watching. It's a bye from me.